Hi everyone, in this video we are going to do a quick review of number sets. Our number sets generally start with natural numbers, which are just the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. When we add the number 0, now we have the whole numbers. When we add negatives, now we have integers. Rational numbers are expressed as m over n, where n is not 0. Rational numbers are composed of anything that can be expressed as a fraction or a decimal that has a finite number of non-repeating decimal places. Irrational numbers are just a collection of everything that's not irrational, and then when you combine everything together, now we have the real numbers. It's important to note that all of the numbers we're going to deal with will be reals, so every number belongs to the real number set. Then each number will also either belong to rational numbers or irrational numbers. So when you look at how many sets does a number belong to, the minimum number of sets a number belongs to is always going to be 2. Let's take an example. Which set does the number negative 27 belong to? Because it's negative, it cannot be a natural or a whole, but it is an integer, which means it's also a rational and it's also a real. 9.31 has a decimal, so it can't be a natural, whole, or integer. It is a rational number because it has a finite number of decimal places. As soon as it's a rational, it's also a real. When we look at the square root of 49, we need to first see if we can simplify it. Because the square root of 49 is equal to 7, I'm going to base my answer on the number 7. 7 is a natural, it's also a whole, it's also an integer, it's also a rational, and it's also a real. Our last example, which is the square root of 31, cannot be simplified. This means it can't be expressed as a fraction or a decimal. That tells me the square root of 31 is an irrational and a real.